But that's what I'm saying. Like, you get punished.
Yeah.
You get punished. Now, this lady, her punishment, she didn't smack him. She made him get some hot sauce in his mouth and swish it around. And then she made him take a cold shower. Now, I'm going to tell you, hot sauce is good for you. Cayenne pepper is actually good for you.
Yep.
Cold showers are good for your cardiovascular system. No doubt, mind you, you taking a cold shower and then made to stand out naked in the snow. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're talking hypothermia.
Yeah, that's
but she's talking about like a 5-minute cold shower and then they got out.
Yeah.
Now, this was on Dr. Phil, and the whole audience was up in arms. Oh my God! Oh Lordy, Lordy! This poor child. And the Post even said, this woman is a monster. And I'm sitting there going...
No, she's not.
I'm like, this woman's nicer than I am.
Yeah.
I'd have been in there applauding her like, good job.
Right?
Good job. Does it work?
Right.
Does it work? Does your child know the difference between right and wrong? And everybody was, well, you can't do that. Does your child know about difference between right? Has your child been to prison?
Right.
Well, that's beside the point. No, that is the fucking point.
Exactly, man. It's like...
That's the part of this whole, like... welfare and all this other crap. You know, in my family, if we need something, if we absolutely have to have it, we'll take it, but we'll take it so reluctantly. We don't want to take it. If we can make it on our own, we make it on our own. It's a point of pride.
Yep.
That we do this on our own. To this day, I could probably get welfare if I wanted to. Not going to. Would never think about it.
Yep.
I make enough. I can support myself.
Yep.
And that's the thing. But you've got people who grew up on welfare, who've always had never had to work. They had kids. Their kids had kids so that they wouldn't have to get off welfare and all this other crap.
All about that WIC. Yay, free money for having babies! Because that's a way to make people get off their lazy tailpins and do something with their lives.
I understand needing a little help if something's not going. You can't find a job. I completely understand. But I've always felt that the government should provide a job for you. Yeah, it might be shitty. Go out and break rocks. Go out and mow the lawns. What? It's hot? Well, I know it's hot. It's Texas.
Right? Go do it anyway. You need money, right?
Apparently, Maine has done that.
By the way, I applaud you, Maine. I applaud you all day.
They took the welfare that was given to illegal aliens, cut that out. Illegal aliens leaving in droves in Maine, apparently.
Gee, I wonder why. We can't get rid of them here.
Well, they can't get a job, and they can't get welfare.
Yep.
Well, they're going to go someplace where they can get money.
Yep.
It's away from your state. And then that was 6 months ago. Recently, this newly reelected mayor enacted a thing that says if you want to get welfare, that's fine, but you have to have at least 20 hours part-time work, or I think it was 28 hours of volunteer work where you go and you volunteer and they'll help you out. Among a few other things that you had to do. And I'm sitting there going, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All it does is make you get off your lazy ass and go and do something.
Yep.
You're working for the money that you're getting now.
Yep.
It's not just sitting around getting it. In about one month, they went from 12,000 people to 2,500.
Yep.
All right. That's an 80% decrease. No, 75, 80. That's a huge decrease in people.
Yeah.
What that tells me is that's 80% of people who don't want to get off their lazy ass. And these other ones might just be doing it for a little while just because they're like, fuck. But, I mean, if you're making money, I've seen people, we all work menial jobs, we've all seen this. Somebody come in with their little Lone Star card, and they're going to buy all kinds of meat and all kinds of stuff. Shit that I'm sitting there looking at going, I can't afford this.
Right?
I work 40 hours a week, sometimes 60 hours a week. I can barely afford my apartment. And I look at them, I'm like, how can you afford this? Oh, well, shoot, I go and do some work under the table. And then I go and I sell some drugs. This is an actual conversation. I go and I sell some drugs. I do some construction work or, a little bit of moonlighting, stuff like that. And I go sell me some drugs, because I collect some, and I could sell some weed or some pills or something. And then, I'll get my thing from it. And then if I need a little bit of extra money, I just go ahead and sell some of my food stamps to people that don't have that much money and just keep the money from it, just pocket the money.
I hate people like that.
And I'm like...
That means you.
I'm like, what?
Why?
Why? Yeah, I mean, I'm just seeing like steaks going by. I'm like, what do you need all these steaks for? You having a party? Oh, no, I can't buy dog food with it. So I'm just going to get these steaks and I'm going to cut them up and I'm going to give my dog steaks.
Dogs are eating better than I am.
And then I see their children, and their children got like candy in their mouth and all kinds of other crap. And I'm sitting there going, what happened to government milk, government cheese, government meat? You don't know what it is, but it's meat.
It doesn't taste very good, but it'll keep you alive.
And it'll get you through.
Yup.
You know, you used to have to pay back welfare. It was called the dole. And if you got the dole, you were expected to pay it back. Yes, we will dole you out some money. We will give you some money. And then when you get back on your feet, you'll give it back to us so we can give it to other people.
Yep.
What the fuck happened to that?
Yup. Instead, people are sitting here taking taxpayer money and fattening up their little kids with it, giving them nothing but junk food, candy, and chips and sodas. And like how are you even able to buy this stuff with a Lone Star card?
Buying iPhone 5s, tricking out their cars.
Right.
You know, I knew people that
the latest $200 Jordans.
I knew three people in a household would have WIC cards. I didn't even understand, or not WIC cards, have Lone Star cards. I didn't even understand how that worked. But they would have it. They would each have their own little family, and one person would have enough money on theirs to buy for the whole family. Other ones would just sell it.
Yep.
Like, I give you two food stamps for $1.
Yep.
And I mean, it was just ridiculous. Or they would say, hey, let me buy your food, and you just give me the money.
Yep. Or, you know, when they're in the line with somebody, hey, let me buy all your food, and then you just buy me a pack of cigarettes. Or cigarillas, or whatever it is that they want to buy. Or, you know, you buy me this beer, and I'll buy all your groceries.
Just ridiculously stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what... And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where a stereotype comes into play. Because every time I see somebody with a Lone Star card, in the back of your mind, you're sitting there going, now, do you really need this, or are you a lazy bitch?
Yep.
I tend to think they're a lazy bitch. Because let's say, Maine showed us 75 to 80% of people are lazy bitches. They just want that money. They just wanna let it sit on their ass and not do anything. Now, some of us, we have good work ethics.
Yep.
We go, we work, we do what we're supposed to do, we make the money that we can, we save back what we can.
Yep. And don't tell me you can't do it, because I'm working 40 hours a week and going to school full time. So
I work 40 hours
easy.
a week. I work 40 hours a week, and I, to keep my sanity, do not work 60 hours a week, which I could. I could be making real good money. I could be doing that. Got a bunch of other people that do, but you know what? I know myself, and I know that I can't handle that. If I go and I do that, it's going to have to be a need for it.
And there's some of you out there that are probably right now all up in arms, you know, I got kids, I can't do that, I can't leave my kids by themselves all the time. I got two questions for you. One, do you have a community? I mean, has anybody ever heard of the phrase, it takes a village to raise a child? Because it really does.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got a bunch of people that don't want to do anything except for themselves. I mean, they're not, I'm sorry, but I walk in, I've seen people with 5 and 6 kids, and they don't get off the couch.
Yup.
Their kids are out in the friggin', not even in their little yard. They're in the street playing.
Yep. And the parents
in diapers,
in the house.
not in any clothes, just diapers. Sometimes not even diapers, just sitting out there running around
naked. Because the parents don't want to change the diapers, so you let them run around naked.
Yeah, then you just got to use baby wipes.
Yep.
Or hose them down, and then they're just sitting there. Now, mind you, this is the worst of the worst. They're just sitting in the house. You don't even see them for hours, and then at night the kids just bring themselves in.
That was my second question, by the way. How many of you out there who are like, well, I have kids, how many of you are actually watching your kids?
And let me explain something to you. I come from a household where I was a single child, I'll grant you that one. But my mom worked 50 hours a week. She managed to pay for everything she could. When I was a baby, she was on WIC. But as soon as she could afford to not be on it, she wasn't on it anymore. And she'd get help every once in a while if she absolutely needed it. And that's understandable. That's what it's there for. It's there to help people that need help. Not to help people that just want to be a lazy bitch.
Yeah.
And if you're taking offense at this, more than likely you're a lazy bitch.
More than likely.
Like if you're sitting there going, well, and you're trying to make excuses, then you're lazy. All right, you got 5 kids. Your husband left you. You ain't got. You don't have anything that you can think of to do.
Yeah.
That's fine. You find yourself somebody to sit with your kids at night, and then you stay up with your kids during the day, and you go to work at night. Okay, sure. You might not be able to work a full 40 hours. I grant you need some time to get some sleep for yourself. But
Yep.
she goes to school full time. She goes to work full time. She does overtime, and this is a great one. She drives 3 hours a day. Hour and a half there, hour and a half back.
At least, depending on
Well,
traffic.
sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. I'm giving you that one.
Mhm.
So that's what, 15 hours extra every week on top of all of this other stuff. And then she
And
comes.
that's not even including the time it takes to do homework. I just spent, what, 4 or 5 hours doing homework?
No, you spent from 3 o'clock until 12 o'clock.
Much longer than 4 or 5 hours.
It's like 9 hours.
That's ridiculous.
It's 9 hours.
9 hours doing homework.
Spent
I
9
just
hours catching up on homework and getting it done. Now, mind
Yep.
you would let it sit for a little too long, but
That's beyond the point.
I'm just saying. So I mean, but still, you've got hours of homework. You've got an hour and a half drive every day. You got to get yourself up. We work different schedules. I work nights. She works days. So
Yep.
we're not even on the same schedule. I can't be there to wake her up. She's got to get herself up.
Yep.
All you little fuckers that say, "Oh, I can't get myself up," no, that's an excuse.
Yep.
That's an excuse. I can't do it is an excuse.
Yep. And I'm a hard sleeper too. You don't even know. I used to sleep like 14, 15, 16 plus hours a day.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't wake up. You know, there could be car crashes, Armageddon could be going on, and I wouldn't wake up. But you know what? I had to start getting up. I had to go to work. I had to take care of me so I can advance. So then I did it. Not that hard.
It's always a decision. You have to decide to get it done and then do it. If you don't make that decision, if you sit there and you think to yourself, I can't do it, I'm not going to do it, I can't do it, it's not going to happen, I don't understand, why does everybody want me to do stuff? I'm going to let you know, when you get right down to it, society, your family, just everyone in general, don't really care about you that much.
Yep.
Gets to the point, they are not, it's not that they don't care about you, it's that they're not entitled to do anything for you. No one is entitled to do anything. The government is not entitled to do anything for you.
Yep. The
Your
world
mom,
owes you nothing.
Your mom, your dad, God, friggin' fate, nothing. Yeah, you saw all these Disney cartoons and whatnot where the poor little person, persevered and everything.